that's kind of the lifeblood of what we're doing. And to kind of give you a few ideas of some things that would really be helpful. You know, one of the things that we want to do is with the regional, we've got bullet points, okay, is some things that would really help you. I mean, you want to get some money in your pocket just as quick as possible. And so, you know, watching the videos, you know, go back to the main website, you know, worthunlimited.com. There's a couple of videos on there. Watch those. Get familiar with the software because, you know, people that are going to ask you a few questions. Now, you don't need to understand the program in detail as you talk to people about it. You just want to whet their appetite. You don't want to tell them too much about the program. You don't want to oversell it. You just want to whet their appetite so they're curious enough that they'll want to call the 800 number to have an analysis run. And so, you know, watch the videos, get familiar. If you're not on the product yourself, you need to be familiar with it. So if people ask you a few questions, you can answer that. So watch the videos on that. You know, log into the back office. I'm sure you've already done that. Look at some of the different things that are in the back office. Learn as much as you can about the things that might be beneficial for you. And, you know, I would really encourage you, have your own analysis run. Call the 800 number yourself. Have them run the analysis so you can get a feel for what they're going to say, the questions they're going to ask. So when you refer people to that hotline number, that you've got somewhat of a feel so you can tell people what they can expect when they call in on that. I would encourage you to, you know, if it's something that you can afford, and with our finances we've got right now, it's something you absolutely should own the product yourself. You really should. You know, I was in Orlando this past or 2 weeks ago, and Las Vegas this last week, and people came up to me and they asked, you know, after I did a little presentation, they asked me, how's this program working for you? And so if I was not using the program, which I am, I mean, I would have felt pretty stupid. Well, you know, I don't need it, but you do, right? And so, man, the power to be able to say, yes, I use the program and it's working very well, to have testimonials of people that are using the program. It was interesting. You know, Joan down in Las Vegas, when I was down there this past week, we had about 28 people in the meeting, and Joan opened the meeting up by talking about her numbers and what it's done for her and how excited she is about the program and how on track it's been. And, man, you talk about power when you can talk about your own program, what it's done for you, the payoff, how much sooner you're going to get things paid off. It just carries so much weight. So I would really encourage you to get on the program yourself, use it. That way you're really familiar with it, that you are the one that's actually using the program. So share the message. You know, get out. You know, you want to get money in your pocket. And the program we've got, it truly is helping other people. It truly is a win-win. You know, you're going to get paid to help other people get out of debt. You know how good it feels to be debt-free? I mean, man, when I paid my cars off several years ago, you know, now I've got to the point where I want to pay cash for things. You know, you buy a new car, you pay cash for it. It gets you in that mindset that instead of, well, how much is the monthly payment? It's, I want to have this thing paid off because it feels good. When you don't have that monthly payment to worry about, man, it feels good. So I would encourage you guys, share the message. It's so simple to ask people, hey, how would you like to be debt-free? Are you serious about becoming debt-free? You know, debt is a strength. I mean, it doesn't matter exactly how you say it, but you've got to say it. Just say something to talk to people about getting out of debt. Everybody's in debt. You might, so they don't feel offended, you might say, do you know anybody that has any debt? What are they going to say? Well, yeah, me. You know? So you could open it up that way. But get a little conversation going on and then talk to them about, hey, there's an 800 number. You got to call and have your analysis run. It's pretty cool. There's no obligation. It's not high pressure. It's very, very simple. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the regional meetings that we've done and ones that we've got planned and ones that you may want to plan. So with that, let's jump into some of the requirements. If you want us to come out and do a meeting in your area, if you can commit to have at least 25 people there, We'll fly out at our expense. We'll pay for a meeting room at our expense, and we'll put on a very nice meeting. You guys, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results that we can get from that. 2 weeks ago, I was in Orlando, Florida, with Sue Copening. She kind of headed that up. And, man, we did a luncheon. We had about 14 people at the luncheon. Turned out really, really good. People stayed around for about 45 minutes after the presentation asking questions. Then that evening, we did, it was kind of hors d'oeuvres at Tony Roma's. They had a separate meeting room. We had 18 people there. So that day, we met with 14 plus 18 people. Sue had it all lined up. It went really, really smooth. People hung around after the dinner part of it for an hour or longer. And, man, people were asking the right questions. They were intrigued. They were interested. They were signing up. We were getting hiring packets. We were getting people committed to run analysis for themselves. They were talking about people they might know that would be interested in that. And so it went really, really well. Down in Las Vegas with Joan Hackenstedt this last week, man, she had about 28 people there, and it went really, really well. People were really excited. They hung around after the meeting. They were asking the right questions. Got a bunch of hiring packets filled out. Got people committed to run their analysis. And then Jason Brown, he was up in Vermont, did a great, I heard it was a really good job up there, had roughly 30 people there. And, man, people were excited. He had some big hitters from a couple other MLM companies, one that is no longer around. They had some legal issues or whatever. But anyway, they had a couple of people there that had huge downlines in some of these other companies. They got so excited about this thing, it was unreal. Jason, man, he got me excited just hearing him how excited he was about how excited those people were. So it was great. And then Florida, I'm going to be in the Anaheim area, Southern California, this Thursday. And I'll put up on the screen here. It'll be Thursday the 15th, this Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn, and it's right by Disneyland. It's on Harbor Boulevard, 11777 Harbor Boulevard. That's in Garden Grove. And that'll start at 7 o'clock Thursday night. And invite, if you know anybody that's in that area, hey, invite them down to that. It's about a 40-minute presentation. And then for those that are interested in the career, we take a couple-minute break, and then I'll jump into career slides. And from that, I take about 7 or 8 minutes and just kind of run through the comp plan in a very basic way so they can get a feel for what kind of income potential there is with it. They get excited about it. They love the possibilities with that. They love the program, what it can do for people. It truly is a win-win-win for everybody involved. And so, I mean, everybody that I'm talking to, everybody we're doing meetings with, I mean, really, they're lighting up. They love it. There hasn't been any real opportunities out there lately, and this thing here is really, people are totally excited about it. So when I see them get excited, I get excited. So, all right, I'm gonna turn this over to Skyler. He's gonna go through some cool stuff that you're gonna love that they've just put up.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Don. Listen, I think we've said it quite a few times before, but we're so excited to have Don on with us, and his absolute gift and skills in helping to be able to shed light on this amazing opportunity and what the product does for people. We want to thank you so much for joining us in the middle of your busy day. We know that everybody has busy schedules out there, but I can tell you the information that we have to go through with you, it will not be a waste of your time. We have got some of the coolest toys that we've been working on that we want to go through and show you a little bit about them. We've got a lot more exciting toys that will be coming out upon the official launch of Worth Unlimited, but we are ready to go through and show you one of the toys right now. For those of you that were on our call last Thursday, you've already seen just a little bit about what I'm going to go through and show you on this call. But for those of you that have a smartphone with you, I would ask that you have your smartphone close to you. We're going to go through and show you a little bit of what we've been working on. And again, this is just a little bit of what we've been working on. There's a lot more to come. But, for those of you that are new at the company, have signed on a short time ago, The agent back office, if you haven't logged into your agent back office, we want to go through and touch on that just briefly. Get in there, log into your agent back office. You simply use the username and password that was sent to you at the time that you sign on with the company. And we just want to make sure that you're versed with that, and that you know what the tools are that are available to you. But what we're going to go through now, we're going to touch on a new tool that was unveiled last Thursday night. For those of you that were able to be on the call, you'll be able to see just a little bit about what this tool does. All right. Okay. We have been working on a replicated agent site. In other words, a replicated referral site, a site that you'll be able to go through and when you're trying to talk with somebody about the Worth Unlimited opportunity, this tool will make it a lot easier for you to be able to go through and help people to open their minds to what the opportunity is and what some of the potential is with Worth Unlimited. But what I want to do is, if you'll notice on your screen right now, the opportunity site is actually opportunity.worthunlimited.com. On this site, I'm just going to go through now, okay, because this is a replicated site, okay, this is a replicated agent site, each one of you currently have an active version of this site, opportunity.worthunlimited.com / and then your agent ID number. Please don't leave. Please don't go and check it out just yet. I want to call your attention to a few things before we have people jumping to take a look at that. But on our training call last week, we went through and did something pretty cool that I want to share with you guys. It's the reason why I want you to have your smartphones handy. But we did something pretty cool last Thursday where we asked agents if they could, in the comments section, to go through and actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not going to cover that yet. But this site, basically the way that this site is to be used is the first time that you log on to the site, it will, what we're referring to as a talking head, the lady here where you see it says click play, it will actually automatically play the first time somebody logs into the site that you sent this link to, that you sent your replicated link to them. It will automatically play, but I'm going to go through and just run through this so that you kind of get an idea of the flow of this site and how it's supposed to work.
Would you like to earn more income? Would you like to work from the convenience of your own home, in your spare time, part-time, or even full-time? Well, in as little as 15 minutes per day, you could earn as much or more than a full-time job, and you don't have to quit your regular job. You don't have to make sales, have any past experience, or even leave your home. A breakthrough in the field of personal finance has enabled everyday people across the U.S. to cash in on a life-changing program called the Worth Account. To learn more about this life-changing program, click on the program video below. To learn more about the work-from-home opportunity, click on the opportunity video below.
Okay. So we'll call our talking head Callie. Callie basically just goes through and gives you just a little taste of instruction of what you need to do next in order to be able to get a little bit better sense of the opportunity with Worth Unlimited. So as Callie went through and just explained, people will go through and they'll click on the program video. We're not going to go through this video right now.
Has been altered and defined through.
But this is the video that you can also find on the corporate website at www.worthunlimited.com. This is a very well done video that helps people to be able to at least get a light taste of the product, what the product does and how it functions. And then they will go from there and click on the opportunity video as Callie instructed. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play the opportunity video for you so that you can get a little bit of a taste of it. But one thing I do want to say is just kind of a disclaimer. We do know that the audio on this video right now is not in the best shape it could be. but by the end of the day, that will be corrected. So please, if you're commenting that the audio is not that great, please know we do know that, but it will be corrected by the end of the day. We just wanted to give you a sense of this new tool and how it functions. So we'll go ahead and play the opportunity video now.
Thank you for taking a look at Worth Unlimited and what we believe is the most exciting, lucrative opportunity on the market today. There are several different reasons people are excited to come on with Worth Unlimited and why they're seeing such phenomenal success. The first reason is our product. I hope you've had a chance to look at the product portion of this website. You'll see what amazing product the Worth account is. It takes people from their current financial situation to becoming completely debt-free and mathematically the fastest time possible, saving tens of thousands of dollars in interest along the way. There's no competition, no product on the market does everything the Worth account does. Take a look at our website. Review the thousands of actual client testimonials. People love Worth Unlimited.
Okay, so basically we wanted to just go through and give you a little bit of a taste of that video. We're not going to play the whole thing. It's about 10 minutes long, but when you have just a little bit of free time, we definitely encourage you to go through and watch that, get a better sense of it. And again, by the end of today, we will have a corrected audio version of that video. Now, if we can, what I'd like to do, I want to go through and show you something I think you guys are going to like quite a bit. Let me just pull something up here real quick. Apologize for the delay here. Okay, so what I want to touch on now is, for those of you that have a smartphone, I think that this is something that will be pretty exciting. As you can see on the screen, we just wanted to touch base and show you that the link that we just went through and showed you that pulls up as just a regular landing page or a regular type website is also engineered. It's also been developed intentionally so that you can go through and send that link to somebody that you're looking at talking to about the opportunity with Worth Unlimited. You can text them that link just directly to their smartphone. And as you can see on the screen, just hopefully you can read it, but, include some sort of an introduction in your text, something along the lines of, this is awesome. You've got to take a look at this company that I've gotten involved with. I'll call you shortly after this. Click on this link and take a look. So anyway, you text them that link, and the phone on the left is an illustration of texting that link, and the phone on the right is obviously an example of what they'll see once they have actually clicked on that link. So basically now you can text and forward your replicated link to anyone who has a smartphone, an iPad. You can also send it as just a link by email, but you can, as far as what they see, we want to go through and show you just a little bit. Okay, this is the part where I wanted to go through, and anybody that has their smartphone with them right now, if you can, I need to ask you in the comments section of the website, I'd like to ask you to go through and in the comments section, include your cell phone number and then your agent ID number. We want to go through and show you just a quick little illustration of what people will see when you're sending this out as a link, texting it as a link from your smartphone. So if we can, okay, here they go. And one thing I just wanted to touch base on, last Thursday night, we did this same little exercise, this same little example, and we got so many cell phone numbers and so many agent ID numbers that there was no way that we were going to be able to go through and show this. But right now, we want to go through just as an example and get a few people an example of Boy, we're getting a ton of them in. Please hold with us. We're getting a ton in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this link. I'm going to send some of these people, everybody that we can, a copy of this link, and then I'm going to unmute you and see what your thoughts are on it once you've taken a look at it. So just hold with us for just 1 minute. Okay, so when you get this text, right now I'm sending it to Miss Liz Weeks. And so when you get this text, please click on the text. I'm going to send this out to a few of you just so that everybody has it, or at least a few of you have a chance to be able to take a look at this before. Yeah, actually, if you could, and you could, and you could. We're going to get all 4 of us in here sending links out to you so that we can try and get as close to as many as possible. We do have a lot of people on the call right now, so we've got a lot of cell phone numbers coming in. Right there. Okay, let's see here. Okay, while they're sending out these links, I'm going to go ahead. Okay. Yeah, I apologize. We're sending out a bunch of these links right now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call on Miss Liz Weeks. Be giving her a chance to take a look at this real quick. Okay, Liz, if you can, tell us if you can hear us. Are you there, Liz? We've unmuted you. Can you hear us? Okay, we may be having a little bit of a challenge with audio with Ms. Liz Weeks. We're going to leave you unmuted, so if you do hear us, Liz, please speak up. We're sending out a few more here. Actually, we're getting a ton of cell phone numbers in here. Thank you so much for your participation. We're going to do the best we can to get these links out to you so you can take a first-hand look at this new toy. While they're sending some of these links out, I just wanted to share with you, from the call that we shared last week, last Thursday, we had a pretty good count of people on the call. And since then, we have seen a significant number of new agents signing on through this new process, because not only does this new landing page go through and show you what the opportunity is from basically A through Z, but for those people that are interested in getting going and getting signed up, they can get signed up right there now. You don't have to mess with the paper application forms from the back office anymore. That's a thing of the past. That's part of the soft launch phase that's now behind us, or at least that phase, the soft launch we're still going through. But you do not have to print out those forms. You don't have to try and email those forms anymore. You can do it all electronically from your own replicated opportunity site. And again, everybody that's on this call that has an agent ID number, your replicated opportunity site is already live. So, okay, Liz, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you nice and clear.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got the text like in seconds from when you said you were sending it, and I clicked on it, and right there on my phone, it's amazing. I mean, and it's got, the lady starts to talk, the talking head, Kelly, and I clicked on the opportunity, and that started to go ahead and go through that. I mean, I'm just playing with it right now with my finger as I'm sitting here talking to you, and it's awesome. This is amazing.
Did you also look to see if you could start now? You could sign up right there on your cell phone?
Yeah, I'm clicking that right now. And loading. It's almost there. I don't have an iPhone, so it's taking a little longer. Yeah, I can see it's got the applicant information right here. This is incredible, you guys.
You like
Thank you so much. Oh, yes. You can type your name behind it. This is phenomenal.
Well, it's something like we said. It's been under construction for a little while now, but it's a new toy or a new tool in your arsenal of weapons of going out there to help people to be able to not only get going with the opportunity, but then that translating into helping people to be able to get on the program and then get into a much better financial situation. Okay, thank you so much, Liz. We're going to go on to Joan Hackenstad now. Joan, if you can hold on, we're going to go ahead and unmute you real quick. Okay. Joan, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Oh, good.
Can you hear us? Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, yes, yes. This is fabulous, I have to tell you. Oh, my goodness gracious. And if I can brag for a moment, I had actually a few people register online from their smartphone, one specifically yesterday I'm thinking of. And if you also notice on these little sites, there's a thing that says request more information. And I had somebody submit a request for more information as well. So this thing is just fantastic.
Awesome. Well, actually, Joan, I'm glad that you brought that up because there is something very cool about this site. When you forward this link to someone that you're thinking about signing up with Worth Unlimited and you want to show them the opportunity and get them going, they can, like Joan said, they can click on a request more info, and then not only will you get a copy of that, in other words, after they've gone through and taken a look at it, then you'll also get an email. When they click on request more info and type in their information for more information, you will get an email letting you know that they are wanting more information. So even if you don't get an email back from the person that you forwarded this link to, you want to always follow up with the people that you sent the link to and encourage them to get going, answer any questions that they have, and just get their eyes open as to how big this opportunity really is. So again, this link can not only be sent through as a link through email, but you can send it through your iPhone, your smartphone. It can be pulled up from anybody's iPad. It's been formatted to work on every smart device that's out there. So I do want to give our IT department a nice round of applause and kudos for the hard work that they've put into this. But the even more exciting part about this is that it's not just this tool that's coming out. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So listen, we can tell you right now, this opportunity, this product, the knowledge of what this program can do for people is literally going to go viral. This is now a viral opportunity, and it's an absolutely fantastic time to get this going. So, Joan, if you can, have you gotten any feedback from the people you sent this link to?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I've gotten incredible feedback. Just the person I was talking about yesterday said, wow, this is so much better than any of the other replicated sites that he's seen in the past. And the fact that you can access it from your smartphone, that is just so powerful. I sent it to him yesterday in a text. He registered within 20 minutes. It was fantastic. He said, I'm at work. I can't do anything. I can't do anything on my computer. I said, oh, don't you worry about that, Dan. And I sent it to him on his phone. He just registered. He loved it. So the feedback is incredible. Everybody has been loving this. It's an incredible tool to help build the business and to really give credibility about what we do as well. People are really loving this.
Awesome, Joan. Awesome. Thank you for your feedback. Real quick, what I'd like to do, Joan, I'm going to go ahead. And we do actually have Dan that has made a comment on the screen about his experience in signing up through this new app. Or basically, we're not going to call it an app. but through this new toy. So if we can, okay, it looks like Mike or Dan does not have a mic, so I do apologize. It looks like we will not be able to hear him. But on his screen, he did go through and say you can definitely sign up on the cell phone. That's how I got signed up yesterday. So what I'd like to do really quick is
everyone really needs to memorize, their part of their website, and it's basically Worth Unlimited or opportunity.worthunlimited.com, and then / your agent ID, and you can text that to anyone who has a smartphone, and you need to memorize your own agent ID and get you going.
And if the person you're wanting to send it to doesn't have a smartphone, don't get so caught up on the fact that you can do it by smartphone that you forget that you can also just send it as an emailed link as well, and they can get on it right through their PC, through their laptop, through their iPad, or whatever they may have. So, this is a fantastic tool. We're already seeing just a tremendous response just from the call that we had last Thursday. But what I'd like to do before I jump off this point real quick is I just would like to help shed a little bit more light on the opportunity A through Z. We now have an absolutely amazing product, an absolutely amazing program. It works whether you have a home equity line of credit or not. If you have a checking or savings account, it works, and it works like magic. Even though we don't want to explain it to people that it's magic, it works fantastic, okay? Now, on top of that, program, your involvement with that transaction was a maximum of about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, in order to build your team and recruit, you've got this fantastic tool that you can go through and share the good word with people through the simple click of a mouse or click on a text, and they have got some very professional information to help them understand the opportunity. So anyway, if you can't sense it in our voice, we're excited, and our excitement is coming tremendously from the feedback that we're getting from people that are already using this tool. And again, we've got, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we've got some excellent toys and tools that will be coming out shortly. But this is just one example of what's been going on and how Worth Unlimited is operating in the 21st century and beyond. And we're just excited. And again, remember, you can sign up new agents electronically right through your replicated link. So if you go to your replicated link and have them sign up, you will automatically have that person signed up within your organization without ever having to track or go forward or anything like that. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and touch on a couple more points. We have just a few more minutes left, but some good information we need to go through. Again, you no longer want to go through and print out those paper applications. We are going to leave that as a link in the agent back office in case people just have not been updated as to this new availability to sign up as an agent online. But we encourage you to pass that good word to your team and let them know it's all electronic now. Okay. We're going to go ahead and turn some time over to Jason. He's going to touch on some pretty interesting and exciting points in reference to the comp plan and a couple of, let's say, tweaks, I guess, that have been made to the comp plan. Jason?
All right. Thanks, Skyler. Everybody said, hey, the audio on that opportunity thing is so bad. That's actually just how my voice really is. It's not actually bad recording. Hey guys, I know for one, my cell phone is blowing up. People are so excited about this new tool. And here's what's exciting as well. We have another site coming that's just for the product. Because some people are like, hey, look, this site's amazing, but I want to send it out to people about the product as well. Well, guess what? In a few weeks, you're going to have your own product site as well that you can blast text or blast email out that doesn't talk about the opportunity, just talks about the product. But listen, one of my favorite parts about what we do is helping people get out of debt and giving them a product that literally is life-changing for them. But look, the fact that we can earn a decent living along the way is just icing on the cake. And so we have a few updates to our compensation plan that I think you're going to be real excited about, and I'll just jump into a few of those. The percentages. Now, on the left, you'll see the percentages the way the comp plan was. The supervisor made 4% on their first level and nothing on a second or third level. Well, we just felt like, because we have several people that are at that level and they have people on their second level that are turning in deals and they're not getting compensated for it. And so we've actually added a couple levels there. So if you're at the supervisor level, you still make that 4% on your first level recruits and any production they do, but we're going to go ahead and pay you on a second level now at the supervisor level. And which is exciting because that's just putting more money in your pocket. And we also added another third level at the director level. So at the director level, you also get paid on your third generation an extra 2%. So guys, hopefully, I know that's not a huge change, but hopefully it's putting a few more dollars in your pocket. And again, that's what we're all about. The next change is a little bit of a structural change. Now, if you have read the document in the back office on the compensation plan, there were some recruiting or structural requirements to build your organization. Now, I want everybody to understand those were put in place for your good. If you build an organization with these requirements, you will have an incredibly stable and secure organization that's going to produce long-term income and very secure future. But we realized that everybody's going to build their organization a little bit different. And so when you first started, our comp plan was as follows. You signed up as an agent. To get to the supervisor position, you had to have 3 people on your level 1. In other words, you had to have 3 recruits. There was also a volume requirement there. To go to director, you had to have 6 level 1 recruits. And for you to hit the director level, you had to hit a certain volume, but you also had to have recruited 6 people. Now, to go to managing director, of your 6, at least 2 of those had to go out and get their 6. So you had to have 12 people on your level 2, on your second level. And to become an executive director, you had to have 24 people on your third level. And those were requirements. You had to build your organization this way. Well, guess what? Guys, we made a few changes. We're just taking them out. You don't have to build a certain way to achieve those advancements. We're going to talk about that in a second. We want to make sure that if a deal gets paid, if a deal gets submitted or a person gets activated anywhere in your organization, we want you to get paid on it. It doesn't matter if you have one leg doing a ton of volume and another leg not doing any. One thing I've always hated about some compensation plans I've looked at is they found ways to not pay you. They found ways to say, well, you didn't really build it the way that we said you should build it, and so we're not going to pay on this half of your team. Look, we don't want that to happen. We want, because we realize a lot of professionals are coming on board, realtors, financial planners, mortgage people, that they may not be in the mode of building and recruiting, and so we don't want to penalize people for not following exactly the structure that was set in place. Now, look, don't take that wrong. We still encourage you to develop a team that not only goes deep but also has width to it, because that's what's going to keep your organization stable through time. But now the promotions are done strictly via volume. Okay, so if you look before, the promotions were done with the structural requirements along with some volume requirements, which were 21,000, 15,000 to go to director, $24,000 to hit managing director, and $36,000 to hit executive director. Guys, we've taken, and these were the active legs. You had to have an active leg and 3 active legs and 4 active legs. Like I said, we've taken that out to where now every promotion is done just through volume. To go from agent to supervisor, you just have to have $4,000 cumulative volume throughout your entire organization. Now, you only have to have one personal activation yourself, but $4,000 includes you and your team. To go from supervisor to director, it's $8,000 with one personal activation. To go to managing director, it's $16,000, and to executive director, it's $32,000. With 2 activations at managing director and 4 activations to get to executive director. This isn't a compensation plan that's set up to say, hey, look, you can just go recruit a ton of people and do nothing on your own. You still have to go out and make 8 personal activations to get to the rank of executive director. All of these volumes are in throughout your entire organization. So if you add those up, those total the amount of $60,000, which is equivalent to about 20 sales on the program to reach the position of executive director. So guys, hopefully that makes sense to you. Just rest assured, we want you to get paid on every single deal that gets. We want you to get paid on every single deal that gets turned in through your organization. The last thing we'll talk about is maintenance. What is required of you to stay personally qualified? Now, before we said, listen, you always have to have $2,100 of personal volume every 3 months to maintain commission qualified. And as a director, you had to have $8,400 in your group and $16,800 in your group as an executive director, and $25,000 in your group as an executive director, $16,800 as a managing director. We've changed those requirements because we realize sometimes the people that are focusing more on building their organization are going to qualify through personal recruiting. And so now, every 90 days, to stay personally commission qualified, you have to have made 1 sale or recruited 2 people every 90 days to stay commission qualified. We've waived the group volume requirements for supervisor and director. To be a managing director and to be commission qualified at that level, your entire organization just has to do $8,000 of volume. Guys, that's about 2.5 platinum sales in a 90-day period. At the executive director position, you have to have $20,000 of volume over a 90-day time frame to stay qualified at that level. Which is probably equal to about 6 to 7 platinum sales throughout your entire organization in a 90-day period. So, guys, not only is our comp plan as lucrative as any comp plan out there, we've made it to the point where even a brand new person coming on board has a chance to make some serious income. If you're not personally a huge builder, you don't have building requirements that are going to be required to produce up through the comp plan. You know, we had some great sales reps in our past organization that were not good builders, and they did not recruit. But because the promotions were based on volume and not structure, they were still able to get to the higher positions in the comp plan and again, maximize those numbers. So, guys, hopefully you're as excited as I am about these updates to the compensation plan. Again, they're structured to do nothing but put more money in your pocket. So, guys, we appreciate your time on the call today. I'm going to turn the time back over to Spence Clausen, our CEO, and he's going to share just a few messages with you before we end the call. So, guys, we sure appreciate all your hard work, and I look forward to seeing you down the road. Spence?
Welcome, everybody. I appreciate all of you who have attended the call today. Great attendance, and we know that taking time out of your busy day on a Tuesday afternoon is sometimes an inconvenience. But, you know, we've wanted to do these calls on a regular basis to be able to share information that we have for you. And I can't tell you how much that I enjoy working with these guys that have been on the phone call today. They're spectacular individuals who are passionate about their tasks and everything that we're about here at Worth Unlimited. I wanted to take just a few minutes as we finish off the call. We've gotten some great instruction about holding the regional seminars and Skylar's effort to share with you the new tools and toys that we've got, and then the changes of the compensation plan. I think that we want to always remember as we're moving forward with Worth Unlimited, the question of the problem of debt. You know, we've got a tremendous tool, but sometimes in the effort to sell the tool or the opportunity, I wonder sometimes whether we miss the real message of what we're trying to do here, which should, and I hope, spark great enthusiasm for all of you to reach out to your friends and neighbors to begin a process of analyzing how they can get out of debt. This is a serious problem, and I know on the call today we've got financial planners and people with different backgrounds, and I'm certain and confident that many of you have different perceptions of debt and about what you should be doing and how people should be managing this in their lives. But we need to reinforce this, and I think that it's important for you when you're visiting with prospective agents that you're able to talk to people about this. I want to take this from a big picture level, we call it a macro level, for just a minute, and just talk about national observations, because when we talk about national observations, they reach down into individual homeowners and households throughout the United States. On a national front, we are faced, and you will be reading about this nonstop for the next 3 months, about the fiscal cliff that is coming up in the first quarter of next year. I don't know how much you really know about this, and this is not an education class, but other than to just give you some highlights. I don't know if you all know, but the United States borrows $2.9 billion a day to manage its affairs. That's a huge amount of money. The daily borrowing is enormous. What's happening in the fiscal cliff coming up in the first quarter of next year is Congress has made some changes and said, we must stop borrowing. And both parties and Congress are going to be forced to try to reach a compromise, because we can't continue to borrow $2.9 billion a day and survive. In coupling with that, regardless of whatever we heard in the election process that we've just been through, there are a number of new taxes that are scheduled to take place beginning in January, from payroll taxes, some gains on investment taxes on sales of investment income, and other matters. Why? Because somehow this country needs to get a balanced budget, however it may be. And that is so important to us. Now, when we think about that, and we then go from the macro level of the United States and talk about individuals. I don't know if you really focus on this, but those of you who are financial planners might. But there are statistics that tell you that 75% of the population in the United States will retire with $30,000 or less in their savings account. I don't know if you know how much many people recommend that you have, but you should have, as many people recommend, 20 times your annual income when you retire. So therefore, if you have an annual income of $100,000 a year, you should retire with $2 million worth of cash or investment assets to be able to take you through retirement. This $30,000 number for 75% of the U.S. population is a serious problem, and one of the messages that Worth can convey. We're not going to tell you how to invest your money, but we are going to tell you you should get out of debt so you have the capacity to save money and invest money. The other thing that is so important for us to realize is not only home mortgage debt is a big deal, but consumer debt is huge. Many people have thought that over the last 4 years that consumer debt has decreased. This is our credit card debt and short-term debt that we may take on ourselves. And in fact, consumer debt has actually increased over the last 4 years on a steady basis. Why does it look like it's decreased? Because banks have taken write-offs for bad consumer debt. Now, the question that one says, oh, well, then I got relieved of the debt and I'm okay. And the answer is you're not. Because though banks have written it off their books, they still are going after the individuals who borrowed the money. So even though aggregate consumer debt has gone up, or perceptibly gone down, the banks are still going after the borrowers. So why is all of this so important? It's so important because we look back over the last 4 years that we have all lived through, and what are the lessons of the recession? Well, we could probably give 10 or 12 reasons or lessons that we've all learned from the recession. I just wanted to share with you a couple of things that I have observed, and I'm sure that some of you who have lived in certain pockets of the United States have observed as well. Everybody in the United States has taken different hits through the last 4 years in the recession. I, for example, have lived personally in Arizona. I follow behind Joan and Sue Copening in being the third worst state in the country, maybe the fourth worst when you look at California. What we learned in the last 4 years is valuations are fragile. Whatever you think your home is worth, it may not be worth it tomorrow. Anything can happen. The stock market has gone down 500 or 600 points in the last few days. We have no idea what's going to change outside of our world of influence and what we can manage. And I have watched many, many people lose their homes, have to short sell them, foreclosures, huge numbers in the Arizona area, and I know the Las Vegas area and areas of California, and some areas of the country have been a little bit more stable, but I don't think anybody has really been immune. This is all part of the problem of debt. And accompanying that is when the economy shifts, employment risk also shifts. We hear it on the nightly news when we look at it on a regular basis, if we do, and when we read the papers. These are risk factors to us. This is all the problem of debt. We must address it. As you talk to people and somebody says, that's really interesting, that sounds like a great program, but I'm not worried about that. Well, your clients and your friends and your neighbors should be worried about it. You should be worried about it as well. Don spoke at the beginning of the call about the need for everybody on this call and all of our agents to do their own personal analysis. Call the analysis line and have that done. And consider being on the account yourself. Because as you do that, you're going to be a far greater evangelist of the worth account. So now we come back to why. At the end of the day, what those of us who are on this call this evening or this afternoon here in the Worth offices, we are on a crusade against debt, and we are enlisting everybody we can get to help us in this crusade. We want people to understand how serious it is and how much of a major impact it is in their lives. That we don't just have a Worth account to sell them, perhaps, or to get them activated on. We have a solution to their financial future. We have a means so that they don't reach retirement age and only have $30,000 in the bank. That the cost of the Worth account is pittance compared to the upside that they're going to have by having a financial stable future. We've got to recognize in ourselves and in our client base and the people we meet that they need help, that everybody needs some help, and we have a tool that can help them. And in that process, we want to inspire people to change their lives. We're committed in this crusade to really inspire people to say, I have got to do something about that. And what do we have? We have a tool for managing their financial worth. Not only their financial worth, but their self-worth. Can you imagine those people who reach after working many years and not being prepared for their future? Their self-worth goes down. We are committed to helping individuals in their emotional stability as well as their financial stability. Months ago when we started the Worth Unlimited, we put forth this vision statement of empowering individual worth. Can I tell you, we are as passionate about that today as we were 5 months ago, and we are ever more passionate about it every single day. We want to reduce the debt of homeowners and individuals in the United States. The U.S. is going to have its own problem with its fiscal cliff. We will all watch that. We don't have a lot of direct influence on that. At least we want to, but perhaps we can't. But we can take care of our individual homes. We can help our neighbors, and we can elevate the importance of the Worth account to everybody we meet. We cannot spend enough time in the day helping people do this. So you as agents, and we're, again, so grateful you took time this afternoon to visit with us, and we're just going to finish up here in just a second. We just want to know that we're doing everything we can to provide you tools and resources for your success. And what we encourage you is to take this message of the problem of debt out to everybody you know. Start to communicate it. That is the message. As soon as you communicate the pain that people have in their lives, they are going to embrace the solution. But if you try to tell them the solution before they realize the pain, they will miss it. Communicate to them what a problem this is, and that they have to have retirement savings, and that they need to get out of debt. And some people will say, yeah, but debt is good. There are not many instances where I can argue that debt is good. it really needs to be dealt with, and we need to address it in our lives. So empowering individual worth, that's what Worth Unlimited is about. Again, we thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. We know this is in your busy schedule, but we appreciate all that you're doing. Now, we do have our opportunity call this tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, and our training call on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. We look forward to you being on the call with us. We encourage you to be on the call as often as possible with your recruits. Your ability to reap the rewards that we've talked about in the compensation plan will come as you work this opportunity. And as we have told you many times, and as you know, this is not a job where you have to spend 80 hours a week to be successful. A fraction of that time, and you will be wildly successful, as again, we help people get out of debt. So again, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time and look forward to visiting with you tomorrow night on the opportunity call and on future calls in the coming weeks. Thank you, and have a good day.